Hi there, welcome to chandu.org and VBAClasses.com. Thank you so much for your interest in our upcoming batch of VBA classes. In this brief video, I would like to introduce our course to you and tell you why it is beneficial for you. So let us get started. What we have is a small agenda. We will understand about our VBA classes program. What are the topics that are covered in this program? What is the methodology that we take up for training, and what can you expect at the end of this program? And you will also meet our instructors who is going to conduct this program, and towards the end there will be details about the cost and duration of the program. And should you have any doubts or questions, how do you get in touch with one of us to get them clarified? So those details are there too. What is this VBA classes program all about? Well, VBA classes is my online training program for VBA or macros, and the intention of this program is very clear. We want to help Excel beginners, Excel and VBA beginners, whether you are a beginner or you have been using VBA for a while but have no clue how things work because you either copy paste or you are using a colleague's macro or something. So our intention is to take people like that and make them experts in Excel and VBA. Now you can see that I have put some stars and cross symbols and additional notes because I want to clarify what these things mean. We don't want to leave things hanging there. So here is the breakup of each of those lines. What do we mean by an online VBA macros training program? Well, by online, what we mean is this program is delivered completely online. Now, by online, what it means is that you can view these lessons whenever you want, and you can repeat the lessons how many times you want. You can pause the lessons, you can replay them, and you can view them in any order from anywhere, anytime. There is no set time zone or time limit in which you need to log in and access the lessons. Instead, all the material is out there for you 24/7. You can access it anytime. Each of the students get their own secure login ID and password. So you will use that ID to log into our classroom area and you can access the material there. You need not be online at any given point of time, and lessons can be repeated any number of times. We have certain options for the course. So if you sign up for any download options, what it means is you can download high definition videos so that you can watch the video on your computer at your convenience. You can even watch them on your TV or while you are in commute or something, right? And these files do not expire. So once you have downloaded, you can watch them throughout your life. Whenever you want to refresh a particular topic, you can watch those lessons and understand them. What do we mean by a beginner? Well, by beginner, I don't really mean somebody who has no clue about Excel or VBA. That is not the kind of person who will benefit from this program. But if you are someone who have been using Excel and maybe a bit of VBA once in a while, and you know how to use Excel, you can open a file, you can make some things, you can calculate summaries, or you can make a simple report without confusing yourself. So you know Excel, you can write simple formulas and all that. And you know some basics like what is a formula, what is a chart, and things like that. And you are comfortable with the way Excel is structured and how it works. So this is what we mean by beginner. But you also know that there is so much more to learn in order to become productive in it and do something spectacular, mind-boggling, or impressive so that your colleagues and bosses can be happy with your work. So you know that there is so much more to go, but you don't know how to learn. That is the kind of people we are targeting. We want to help people who download some macro code or workbooks from internet and use them, but have no idea how these things can be put together all by yourselves or can be customized so that you can do what you want. So this is the kind of people that we are looking for in this course. And in our first batch, we had exactly the same type of people, and many of them have written me emails or left comments saying this course has helped them tremendously understand how VBA works and how it can be used for their day-to-day work. And what do we mean by an expert in Excel VBA? Well, by an expert, what I mean is an expert can get things done with VBA and Excel, right? You can get things done. Given a task, you know how to achieve it. You know a handful of workarounds. You don't know only one method for each situation. Instead, you know that given a situation, these are the 4 or 3 different types or ways in which you can do this. And you can also find out what is the best for any given situation, or how to put together a quick solution vis-a-vis how to put together a long-term solution. You can use right objects and functions because you are familiarized with all these things by the end of this course. You can make user forms and simple Visual Basic applications. You can automate work comfortably. This is what we mean by an expert. Now, some of you might be wondering, the expert does not include certain other things like maybe defining classes and things like that. But intentionally, we have kept the curriculum of our program in such a way that it is not overwhelming, but at the same time, it is not too simplistic. I'll get into that in a minute. So this is what our VBA classes program's objective is, and this is how we have designed this program, and this is how we have run it for the first batch, and almost everybody really loved this program, and they kind of benefited tremendously from this program. And we are hoping that in the second batch we will have a similar experience. What are the topics that we are going to cover in this course? Well, when we initially created this program in May 2011, our agenda had only 12 topics plus 3 bonus topics. But while we ran that program, we received some feedback from students, so we kept on adding new material. And now when I'm ready to offer the second batch, I realized that there is just too much material to be put into 12 weeks. So I'm calling this program a 13-week program. But you can finish this in 3 months time depending on your interest levels. If you are somewhat a slow learner, you can take this up to 4 or 5 months to finish the course. If you are someone who are familiar with certain things but not familiar with other, you can kind of skip some lessons and finish this in 6 weeks or 8 weeks time. So these are the topics. I'll just explain this slide. We have detailed breakup by week in the next 3 or 4 slides. So you can download the brochure and go through them, because the intention of this video is to keep it crisp. So I'm going to just walk through the main course topics at the high level. In week 1, we will be introducing both Excel and VBA to you. So assuming you are a newbie to Excel and newbie to VBA, we have some introductory videos, and these are not mandatory to watch, but if you are someone new to Excel, then you will tremendously benefit from these videos. In week 2, we will straight away jump into writing code, because I personally believe that there is no better way to learn than by doing it. So instead of wasting time on theoretical concepts, what we do is we actually introduce you to some of the complex VBA code structures like for loop, do while loop, if condition, and select case, and things like that. So we introduce you to these basic programming structures and show you some simple examples along the way. And we even have homework there. So the purpose here is to throw you into the water so that you can learn how to swim, but not into the deep end, maybe somewhere between shallow and the deep. So that's the whole idea. Then in week 3, we kind of take a step back and introduce few more ideas. Now that you have seen some VBA code and now that you are familiar with the way things work, in week 3 we introduce ideas like variables and few more programming structures. And then in week 4, we will get into objects, and the main objects that we focus are from week 4 all the way up to week 7. So these 4 weeks we will be dealing with various different Excel objects. So week 4 and 5 we talk about cells, ranges, workbooks, and worksheets, and even databases from a preliminary point of view. On week 6 we will be talking about how you can deal with charts and shapes from VBA. In week 7, we will be discussing how you can work with pivot tables from VBA. So this is a very step-by-step approach where we introduce new concepts while we kind of support the existing ideas that you have learned. So each week while you are talking about these things, we will also show you how the for loop or for each loop or those kind of things are coming into picture, if else condition and things like that. Plus what we have done is, initially when we did the course in May, Our purpose is not to have only one track of learning, which is every week we introduce some new ideas and show some examples, provide some homework if needed, and kind of make it comprehensive towards the end. But few people suggested that, some of the students in the first batch suggested that this is all great, but if you can add a bit of practical perspective as well. Of course, all the lessons have practical perspective because we only pick real world examples all along. But they said this is fine, but if a problem statement is given, like how do I design this, or how do I do that, how do we go about designing the whole VBA thing from there? So this was the challenge some of the students faced. So what we did is we added a parallel track called practical track that kind of starts somewhere from week 3. What happens is, I'll show you an example of practical track. For example, I think week 4 you have that. Yes. For example, here is a practical track lesson. What we have is wrapping a set of formulas with if error. Now this has this is probably using some of the cells, ranges and other ideas, but what we do is here our intention is to show you, given a practical problem that many of us face, how do you go about designing the whole solution in VBA? And the intention here is to show you the practical problem and the kind of design approach that I personally as an instructor take, or Vijay as an instructor takes. But also you will be seeing how these ideas that you are learning, for example cells and ranges, how do you access them, how to write for loop, how those ideas are coming into application. So that is the whole purpose of practical track, and it kind of starts from week 4 and it goes on all the way. Every week if needed we have added some practical track lessons. So I think there are about 10 different lessons in practical track as of now. So that is how these course topics are delivered. Then after week 7, week 8 onwards, we will be discussing more about user forms and designing your own applications and integrating with MS Access or other databases through Excel. Then in week 11, we have added some additional VBA techniques. Here we will be introducing ideas like using arrays or some more practical track lessons that combine everything that you have learned so far. And in week 12 and 13, you will be doing a class project. Actually, we have 2 different class projects. So both of them are interesting. One of them is very complex. One of them is very fun. So you can do both these class projects and kind of see how all the ideas that you have learned so far can be put together to create something truly amazing in VBA. We also have 3 bonus topics to help people understand about the areas that are related to VBA but not directly part of VBA. One of them is Introduction to Programming. So if you are new to programming, then that bonus lesson will help you. Second is debugging your code, and third is working with databases. Okay, so that is our course topics. Go ahead and download the brochure and go through the week by week breakup. You can also see how many minutes we have given for each lesson, so you get an idea of how this whole course duration is kind of split up. Okay, now how is it going to work when you want to join this course? Well, there are just simple 5 steps. You sign up for the program by making an online payment, and we have 4 different options in this course. We have VBA classes, we have VBA classes with download option. So for $97 you can view all the lessons online on our site, and you have access to the material for 6 months. With the downloadable option, you can download the videos to your computer so that you can watch them any number of times at your convenience, and there is no expiry for this downloaded material. And we are also offering Excel School program along with VBA. In this option you will learn both Excel and VBA, and this is a very comprehensive option, so it is very good for you if you are someone new to Excel and you feel that there is so much to learn both in Excel and VBA front. And that's $247. And we have a super value option where all the courses that we offer together are combined. That is Excel School, Dashboards and VBA. These are just Excel related programs, and all these 3 options have downloadable facility, so you can download every lesson, every video and keep them for your reference and go through them at your convenience. So and that is $347. Okay, Once you sign up, you will receive user ID and password from the email from which you have enrolled, and this will contain the URL where you need to go. This is not the exact URL, but you will get the URL, and you can access the lessons, videos, downloads once you log into that website. It looks something like this. So once you get in, you can access everything that you want. The lesson plan pages will show detailed week by week lesson plan, so you can follow that, and you can be rest assured that if you follow that plan, you will be learning VBA one step at a time. If you have any questions or doubts, you can ask them through our classroom, and usually once you ask a question within a day or two, one of us, either me or Vijay or Hui, will get back to you with answers and clarify your doubts. I am planning to hire few more people because sometimes the questions we get are beyond my knowledge or Vijay's knowledge. So we are planning to hire one or two more experts from industry who can help us with answering the questions and give you some guidance on the work problems that you are facing with respect to the class topics. And finally, take up homework and class projects to sharpen your skills. So that's 5-step process on how it works. What is the methodology that we use? Well, the methodology is pretty much straightforward. What we do is, for each topic we have a video lesson. In the lesson you will see me or Vijay or somebody else explaining a practical problem along with the solution, and along way we would be introducing some VBA concepts. So for example, if it is a lesson on cells or ranges, we would pick up some problem like we have a range of values and we want to format them or something, and while we are solving that problem through VBA, we will be introducing some concepts about cells, ranges, and how to access them, right? Now in throughout this video you will see us using the computer, so you won't see our faces or anything. That's waste of bandwidth. Instead, you will be seeing my computer screen and you will be looking at the way how I am doing. In some videos we would show you the whole programming. In other videos we would have the program done and we would just explain, so that you can understand what is going on very quickly. We have actually 2 real life class projects. One of them is a fun project and another one is a bit serious project. Both of them are interesting and you will understand about them once you get into the program. Towards the end of the classes, what you can expect is, provided you follow this whole course process and understand the lessons and apply them to your day-to-day job or situations, you will be proficient in Excel macros. That is for sure. You will know how to use form controls, ActiveX controls, and various other things that are there as part of VBA user forms or Excel. You will be able to automate various aspects of your Excel work. You will be productive with both Excel and VBA. So that is our intention when we designed this course, and many of our first batch students agree with what I say, that they have learned a whole wealth of information in this course and they are able to apply them to their work and be able to solve problems or get impress their bosses and colleagues and things like that. So you too can expect that, provided you follow the program and practice. Who is going to teach this program? Well, I'm honored to say that we have some really fine instructors. Vijay Sharma, who has become a good friend of me during the last several months. He's a certified MCP and graduate, and he's been working with Excel for the last 7 years. And he has taught the first batch students. All the lessons, whatever he taught, will be the same for this batch as well. Of course, I will be also part of the teaching team, and I take up a lot of lessons on charting, pivot tables, and a bit of lessons on practical track. We have invited Hui, but due to a sudden job change, he couldn't be with us during the first batch. But I am hoping he will be part of our faculty team during this batch and help us with some more lessons. Now, apart from 3 of us, we have invited a couple of experts from Excel industry. For example, Deborah Dalglish, who writes at contextures.com and who has authored several pivot table books, several books on pivot tables. She has done one guest lesson for 2 hours on pivot tables and how to automate pivot tables through Excel VBA. So she's one of the guest faculty. Similarly, I have invited John Peltier and few others, but they, due to various obligations, the lessons never happened. But I'm hoping during the next 3 months we may get one or two of these experts to offer some guest lessons as well, so they can share their perspective and you can learn from their experience. Duration of the program is it's meant to be 12 weeks of active learning, but because there is too much content, I see that some students take like 18 weeks to finish the course. Some people take up to 6 weeks to finish the course. So the duration is up to you. When you join the course, all the material will be made available to you, so you can access them and you can finish the course at the pace that is convenient to you. You will have 6 months of online membership. That is if you join the VBA online option. For any of the download options with Excel school options, you will get 12 months, so you have enough time to finish both Excel and VBA courses. And the classes start on 5th of September. That is, the enrollment begins on that. Officially the classes will begin from 19th of September, Monday, but because once you start logging in, you can access all the material from 5th itself. You can enjoy the course contents. The pricing is explained earlier as well. It is starting from $97, and we have an option for getting everything that we have on offer for $347. If you are watching if you are viewing the brochure, you can click this button to sign up for the program, provided you are clicking this on or after September 5th. The prices for our Indian students, it's more or less similar, but we are giving 5% discounts when you convert dollar to rupees, because we save that much on our exchange rates. So we are passing on that to students, and you can pay by credit card, debit card, or net banking, and various other options. Again, click here if you are viewing this video and looking at the brochure as well, and to sign up for the program. Just keep in mind that the registrations for second batch are open from 5th of September and the registrations close on 16th of September. So if you are considering a VBA program, and if you want to learn VBA, and if you want to become awesome in it as well as in Excel, then please consider joining this program, because it is going to help you a lot. If you want more information about the course, or if you want to join the program, you can as well visit this particular URL, chandu.org/wpa-VBA-classes, and just follow the instructions. If you have any doubts or questions, or if you want to talk to me about team discounts or enrolling a bunch of your colleagues, things like that, just pick up the phone and give me a call. This is my US phone number, which connects calls to my Indian number, and this is my number in India. So you can call me to any number, or you can drop an email to me at this address. I'll be glad to help you out and explain to you how this course can help you, and solve any doubts you have. Or for more information, you can visit our website as well. So that is all, and I really hope to see you in our VBA classes, because I know that you want to become awesome, and that's why you have watched this video for the 25 minutes or so. So I hope you will be part of our class and enjoy the learning experience, and be able to automate and save a lot of time and impress your bosses and colleagues. So that is all for me, and I really wish you a great day ahead. This is Chandu, and see you. Bye-bye.